Hey everyone, Frank with JDMuscle here. Today we're showing you guys how to install our custom carbon fiber steering wheel. These are the same exact steps that you can expect when installing an OEM or an aftermarket steering wheel. Let's get to it.
Hey guys, Frank with JDMuscle here. Today we'll be showing you guys how to install a steering wheel in your 22 Plus Subaru WRX. Alright, today Leo's taking the wheel and installing it.
Leo, take the wheel.
Alright, first things first, open up your hood and disconnect your battery. You always want to do this when you're working with airbags because things may still be powered and explode. Behind the wheel there will be 3 holes, 2 on the sides and 1 on the bottom. You just have to shove a really small flathead screwdriver in and push the bar to release the spring-loaded clips. You'll actually see the airbag lift a little bit if you did it right. Once all 3 clips have been pushed, you can go ahead and tilt the airbag forward a little bit to reveal the connectors on the back. Use your flathead screwdriver to undo the connectors and then remove the blue ground cable. After that, the airbag is now free and you can set that to the side. Make sure your steering wheel is straight before doing this. Grab your 17mm socket, an extension, and your wrench, and simply twist off the nut, leaving just a little bit on so that way you can pull up the wheel without risking punching yourself in the face.
Maybe a couple more turns. There you go.
Finally, there's one more connector at the very top of the cavity. Make sure you undo this before taking the rest of the cables out and snaking all the cables through the back of the wheel. Be careful spinning that disc behind the wheel. If you spin it too far, you will throw an SRS code and you will have to get this replaced. On the back of the wheel, you'll see 2 Phillips head screws that have to be removed before you can take off that back cover. Then there's one more in the cavity of the wheel next to that pink connector. Just simply undo this and you should be able to take off that back cover with a little bit of force. Use a pry tool if you have it, otherwise your fingernails should do just fine. Make sure you check for any other cables getting snagged along the back there. There's a few things going on that you don't want to break. With the back cover off, there's 2 more Phillips head screws that you have to take off, and then after that, you'll be able to push out the controls and also the lower trim. You can probably have the wheel facing away from you and use your thumbs to push forward. Be extra careful as the edges are very sharp and you may cut yourself. As you can see here, there are 3 little plastic prongs holding in the trim pieces, but be extra careful as the edges are really sharp. Go ahead and just use a little bit of force to push out where your thumbs. Once you remove this last piece, congratulations, you have successfully disassembled your steering wheel. Now let's go ahead and put everything back together the way you found it. Go ahead and push the left and right side controls back in. You should be able to press it in with your fingers. You shouldn't have to push with all your force. If you do, something may be in the way. The bottom trim should click in relatively easy as well. Once you put the trim pieces back on, put the wheel back on the column while carefully passing the cables through. Once all the cables are carefully through, go ahead and align the new wheel to where your old wheel was, making sure that it aligns properly on the spline. If you don't get this right and you go in for an alignment, your alignment tech will 100% hate you. Torque the steering wheel nut down to 34 foot-pounds and make sure there's no play in the wheel. After that, you'll want to reconnect your airbag. Make sure your battery is absolutely disconnected for this next part, or else you'll go straight to the hospital. There are 3 cables with 3 connectors. There's an orange connector, a black connector, and a blue ground cable. Make sure all of the connectors are clicked firmly into place and the ground cable firmly pushed into the spade connector before you move forward. Once all the wires are reconnected, you'll line up the spring-loaded pins to their holes and push firmly in. You don't want to force it. More than likely, you're going to break something. Slowly take it back out and make sure everything is aligned properly with no cables snagging along the way, and just push it right in. After that, tighten up your battery cables, making sure everything is firmly in place, and you're good to go.
Okay, that's it for today's install.
Here on the JDMuscle website, you can see all of the available styles, materials, finishes, grip materials, stripe colors, stitching colors, LED displays, and finally, special instructions for Leo whenever you buy your wheel. Just in case if there's a particular style combination that you don't see, go ahead and leave those special instructions and go ahead and pre-order that wheel.
Oh, sorry about that. Kind of dozed off there. Hope you guys liked our installation video. Just in case you guys are interested, be sure to check out the product links in the description, and always like, comment, subscribe.